Yo, what's up, everybody out there in YouTube land? Triple B's is back in the haunted basement studio, and welcome. And in this video, I am going to do a review on Hellfest. This is a 2018 slasher film that had a budget of $5.5 million, and in the movie theater, it grossed 18.2. And this movie is directed by Gregory Plotkins. So let's get into the plot of the film. And you so know now, Hellfest is a traveling horror attraction theme park. And in the previous year, there's a mass killer known as the Other, and he killed a Patreon there and hung him with some other props that were hanging from the ceiling in a maze. And so other people walking by were just thinking it is a prop. Now, if you think about that, that is some fucking pretty sick shit. And so now on Halloween night, Hellfest travels to where Natalie lives. And Natalie and a group of friends decide that they're going to go there and they're going to meet up with Galvin, who has the tickets to get in. And Galvin's trying to get in Natalie's pants. And Natalie is played by Amy Forsythe. And she's going to be kind of the final girl in this show. And so what I like about the beginning part of the movie is when they actually get to Hellfest, it is a pretty damn cool haunted house, cool haunted attraction. It looks really fucking awesome, like maybe Halloween Horror Nights or something like that in Florida. And I really love how the group, they go into a room and there's this girl that comes running in and she looks super fucking scared and she's trying to hide and she finds a little place to hide. And right when she hides, the Other walks in, and the group just think this is like a staged act. And he's holding a knife, and they're like, and he's just staring at the group, and they point over to where the victim is, and he goes and he grabs her out, and he's holding a knife, and he's looking at the group, and the friends of Natalie's group, they're like, "Oh no, this is too crazy," and they walk out of the room while Natalie stays there and just looks at him, and she just thinks that this is an act. Hey, this is a show. Why don't you go ahead and just fucking finish your show, dude? Like, go ahead, just do it. And he looks at her and he fucking stabs the girl, and it's pretty fucking brutal, and like blood's coming out, and then she kind of looks at it, she's like, that looked a little bit too real than an actual stage stunt. Natalie heads outside to her group and she's like, "Hey, I think there's something wrong." And then, right when she says that, there is another employee of Hellfest and he stabs another employee, and it's just a fake, and they go running off. And then they kind of look at each other. Oh, they must have got us like that. You know, what happened in that room was the same thing that just happened out here. So the show does act like, hey, we're in a, haunted attraction. You're supposed to get scared. These are actors here, but there's a real killer in here. And that's where the show kind of does right, where they make it like, everyone's there just having fun, but there's really a killer there in the park. All right, so now let's talk about some of the kills in here. We're gonna have Galvin, dumbass virgin guy, trying to get at Natalie's pants, thinking she wants a stuffed animal. He's trying to get one. He lets the group go on ahead. He's like, "I'll catch up with you." Of course he's not. He's gonna end up trying to steal a stuffed animal because he couldn't win one. And when he's in the room where the stuffed animals are, the Other shows up, and he Galvin just thinks he's this another employee that caught him in the the stuffed animal room. As he tries to leave, the Other shoulder blocks him, and Galvin's kind of getting scared. This is pretty good acting right here. It's a really good scene. Uh, he ends up knocking Gavin down to the ground, and he has a big old mallet, a hammer, one of those hammers that you hit down, and the light goes up and it shows you how strong you are. Well, he does that to Galvin's head and just smashes his head. Boom. And then the other character, Ashton, he's the other guy there. The Other catches up with him in one of the haunted houses, and the Other found a nice needle, and he gets Ashton down on the ground, and he's slowly putting that needle towards his eye. And I'm like, oh, they're going to cut away. They're going to cut away. Oh, hell no, they don't cut away. They do a great practical effect, man. That needle goes right in his eye and down. It's fucking pretty gruesome. And so now we got Natalie, Brooke, Quinn, and Taylor left. And Natalie and Brooke are, best friends. and Quinn is the boyfriend of Brooke. Taylor decides to volunteer to the park attractions to get beheaded by a guillotine. And while she's up there doing this act, Natalie looks and realizes that the executioner is wearing the same boots that the other wears. So the guillotine stunt goes off flawlessly, and the crowd reacts and they give him a good cheer, and they pull Taylor back in and the curtain shut. And so now she's backstage with the executioner, which is the other, and Taylor, and she's strapped into this guillotine contraption. And she's asking him, "Hey, come on, get me out. It's over." But he pushes her up to where the actual guillotine would hit her head, and he straps her down tighter. And she's like, "What the fuck, dude? Get me out of here." And he fucking puts the guillotine up with the rope and he drops it on her head. Boom. But it doesn't cut her head off. All it does is put a big cut on her, and it kind of knocks her out for a second. But she's slowly coming to. While she's slowly coming to, the other, he's like, "Fuck, what's wrong with this blade?" And he fucking tries to put it up higher, and then it gets stuck. And so he's fucking with the rope. And this is where they kind of exaggerate a little bit, because he's fucking with the rope. While he's fucking with the rope because it's jammed, Taylor unlooses her restraints and she's able to escape the backstage area. And so Taylor escapes, and as she escapes, she's running through the crowd and she catches up with her friends, Natalie and Brooke and Quinn. But right behind her is the other, and he walks right up to Quinn and fucking stabs him right in the chest, and he stabs Taylor and kills them both in front of everybody. And so now we're really in the final act of this bitch, man. We're balls deep in it. Natalie and Brooke, the only way to get out of the attraction is that they have to go through a maze. And now they're in the maze with the other following them. And it's kind of a cat and mouse hide and seek type ending, because Brooke got cut on her leg by the other. So she is wounded. So she's hobbling. So they're not both at full strength. So they end up hiding in this room with a bunch of masks, and they're wearing the masks also. And the others slowly walking there around looking for them, where Natalie beats him with a club, a wooden club, and she's beating the fuck out of him. He drops the knife, he gets a hold of her. She ends up grabbing the knife and then stabbing him in the stomach. And then at this point, they're able to get out to the exit. And right when they get to the exit, the cops show up because of all the killings that are happening in the park, with the other killing the other friends out in the middle of the park where everybody was watching. So, they're safe. So we got two final girls, Brooke and Natalie, who survive, but the other is in the maze. As the cops search and look and turn the place upside down, he got away. They couldn't find him. And then they tell the girls he's not in there. Like, what do you mean he's not in there? So it's pretty damn scary, because now their attacker got away and nobody knows who he is. And so then it's going to show a van, a minivan pulling up to a house, and a guy getting out and going into his garage and opening up a little safe on the wall, like a wooden safe with a lock on it. And there's a bunch of masks in there, and he takes the mask that he was wearing through the whole movie, because this is the other, and he hangs it up against like five other masks. So it's like he's done this five other times, and those are all the different masks that he wore. And then he takes the picture from the photo booth, because when Galvin and Natalie were at the photo booth, he stole their pictures, and he put that as a trophy. And then he walks inside the house, and there's like a baby swinging in like a bassinet, and then there's like a 7, 8-year-old blonde haired little girl on the couch. And it looks like, oh shit, is he gonna kill these people? And then, because the blonde haired little girl looks up and sees him, she kind of gets scared, but she's like, "Daddy, you're home." Now that is terrifying right there, where you can have a family man and he's a fucking serial killer. All right, so that was Hellfest, and my final thoughts and ranking on this movie. Overall, the movie is pretty good, with the standout performance by Amy Forsythe was pretty damn good, final girl, and the slasher played by Stephen Conroy. And this dude is a stunt coordinator and a stunt actor, and he has some minor roles. but he's been in the most recent movie as Black Adam, and he's also been in Stranger Things, the series. So overall, pretty damn good. I liked how he portrayed his character, and what terror with the slasher getting away and nobody knowing who he was, and coming to find out he's a family man, and in credits. I thought that was a pretty damn good ending of the movie. The final act and the ending of the movie really made where my ranking's going to be. The negatives of this movie would probably be the dialogue with the friends, kind of just filler dialogue to get to where the slasher is going to be. But overall, enjoyable movie. And then Tony Todd in it, Candyman, was just in a little small role. They didn't really care too much for him. Maybe they could have did a little bit more with that. Honestly, I think that they should do more of this movie, more of this franchise, and get more of a movie with all those other masks and what he did at those times, because it looks like he's got away 6 times. So that was a damn good movie. So my overall ranking is going to be a 7 out of 10. That means glad I watched it. 7 is a high ranking on my list. It's not quite an 8 or 9 or a 10, but is glad I watched it, and I really did enjoy it. If you guys seen Hellfest from 2018, tell me what you think about the movie in the comment section below. Also, give me a like on the video. And Triple B's is out from the Haunted Basement Studio. And guess what? You motherfuckers, keep it whore. Later.